Last year, I was able to make over $1 million completely passive from my Airbnb business. And I'm going to break down step by step exactly how I was able to accomplish that. But before I do, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. By the way, guys, if you made over $1 million with your Airbnb business, how would that impact your life? How would your life be any different? Please let me know in the comments down below. I like to read those comments and I'll make sure to personally reply to each and every one of those. So here is how I was able to make over $1 million in 2021 and will make over $2 million in 2022. Well, I did it by implementing 3 strategies. Number 1, I started by subleasing properties and really taking that business to the next level. Now, to clarify, when I started my business in 2017, I started my Airbnbs with properties that I already owned. But it wasn't until 2019 when I implemented the subleasing strategy, which really took my business to the next level and allowed me to scale. Because again, I no longer had to buy the properties, no down payments, no closing costs, which usually eats up most of your capital. I was able to sublease multiple properties with the same amount of money that I would only be able to buy one. And again, guys, this is strictly a cash flow play. Yes, you don't get the appreciation, you're not creating long-term wealth, but you are accelerating your cash flow. Then you can take your cash flow to then buy real estate. So subleasing really allowed me to scale, allowed me to replace my wife's income so she could quit her 9-to-5 and escape the rat race as well. The second strategy, as I just mentioned, is really what I started with, right? The purchasing strategy. And of course, I love this strategy because this is where you get the cash flow, appreciation, depreciation, mortgage paid down, and taxes. You get all the benefits of owning real estate. And ultimately, I believe this is what everyone's goal should be. The third strategy that I implemented is the management, also known as co-hosting. Now, this is where I have the fewest amount of Airbnbs, but it's also a great strategy because it's 100% profit. There's no expenses, right? You're basically managing other people's Airbnbs and maybe charging, 10, 20, 25% of the gross revenue. So if there's properties making, say, $10K a month and you're making 10%, hey, that's $1,000 a month. If you're charging 20%, that's $2,000 a month. So again, this is also a very lucrative opportunity. Personally, the combination of subleasing, owning, and co-hosting has been a great way to also diversify my portfolio. What really allowed me to scale my portfolio overall was building a team. This has been the biggest hack because I know that there's only so many properties that I could manage myself. So now we actually have 2 property managers that oversee my entire portfolio, and this way I could really work on the business, not in the business. So my managers oversee the cleaners, the maintenance team, and my virtual assistants, which do all the communications. They submit any claims, like if someone leaves their property excessively dirty, or if they break anything, or if there's any repairs or leaks, they call the handyman, coordinate, send them the payment, do contracts, collect W-9 forms for tax purposes, and they will submit any claims whenever needed. So again, this allows me to be more hands-off and really just to focus living life by design. Again, me and my family love to travel, and so we get to truly experience freedom at another level. If you're trying to create financial freedom with Airbnb, then make sure you guys smash the like button, as it truly helps the algorithm and it helps more people like you watch this video. Thank you so much in advance for hitting the like button. I want to share a couple of mindset principles that have really helped me because I know it's one of the things where a lot of people get stuck. And one of those philosophies is do what you can with what you have where you are. Often people are extremely attached to starting with a very specific strategy, but maybe their finances don't allow them to. Like, for example, some people might say, well, I only want to do Airbnbs if I can buy the property. And so they might wait 2 to 3 years to save enough money or to build their credit until they can get started with that strategy. But had they started maybe with subleases, then they could have gotten started a lot sooner. And by the time they would have gotten to that 2 to 3 year period, they might already be making 10, 15, 20K a month, which would only help them buy even more real estate. Or it could be the other way. Maybe they're not in a position to start with subleasing. But guess what? They can start with co-hosting. They can start managing other people's properties, get a percentage of all the upside with none of the downside and without any of their money. So again, do what you can with what you have where you are. The second and final mindset principle I want to share is focus on progress over perfection. Here's the thing, perfection doesn't exist, right? No matter how good you get, you'll never be perfect. I'm not perfect. My Airbnb business is nowhere near perfect, and it'll never be perfect. But I'm not trying to be perfect, right? Yes, I'm trying to be as close to perfect as possible, but I know realistically that it'll never be perfect. All I could focus on is making progress. As long as we're becoming 1% better as a company each and every day, and that's all that matters. As long as we are becoming better today than we were yesterday, and we do that every day moving forward, that is all we can do. So don't get stuck in analysis paralysis where you want to know everything before you can do anything, and you end up just procrastinating, waiting on the sidelines for this perfect moment that will never arrive. Whatever you can do, start now and then build from there. With that being said, guys, there's a link down below where you can schedule a free 15-minute consultation with my team to see if we can help you and provide you our coaching and mentorship services, just like we've helped over 3,000 students begin from all over the US. So book that free 15-minute consultation today, and make sure you guys check out one of the other videos here. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys on the next one.